today you're going to be working with reflective angles. Okay, so they're called reflective angles. Okay, so reflective angles happen with, most common would be like a pool ball, like with a pool table, or a mini golf course. Okay, so like if this is the edge, the boundary of the mini golf course, okay, and you have a ball out here, and you're going to bounce it into the wall. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw in the path of the ball. Okay, so it's coming in and it's going to hit the wall like this. Okay, so it's traveling this way. What happens is, this is the angle of incidence. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure that angle. It measures almost exactly 50 degrees here. Okay, well the angle that it bounces out, so if this is 50 here, the angle that it bounces out is also going to be 50. So it goes from 50 on this side of the protractor to 50 on this side of the protractor. Oops, I just moved it. Okay, so that inward angle and that outward angle end up being the exact same value. So this angle here is congruent to this angle here. Okay, this kind of angle happens as well when you have like laser beams bouncing off of mirrors, that sort of thing. Okay, so these are called reflective angles. We're going to use this today. We're going to be working on using our protractor, and really the big goal today is being accurate. Okay, so you're going to have a paper similar to this. Okay, it's going to be like a putt-putt course. Okay, this is the hole that we want to get the ball in. Right here is where our ball is starting. Down here in the corner, you have, my paper only has 2, you're going to have 3 measurements. What you're going to do is you're going to start by hitting the ball at, you're going to pick one of the measurements first, hit the ball at that, and then you're going to follow it using reflective angles until you get into the hole. Okay, so we're going to start here. I'm going to do 73 degrees. I'm going to kind of model this for you. Okay, so 73 degrees, we're going to measure from the right side. Okay, so I need to line up, this dotted line here is there to make sure you're lining up the 0. Okay, so I need to measure 73 degrees. Okay, and it's going to be super important that you are very accurate with this. I'm telling you right here and now, like if you're sloppy with your measurements, it's not going to work and you're going to be erasing and doing it again. Alright, so I marked where 73 degrees was. I'm lining up where the ball is, and I'm going to draw it until it hits the side, like the bumper. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and turn this around just to make it a little easier on myself. Now I want to measure this angle. So I need to measure this angle here in order to duplicate it. Now ideally, in this case, it should be 73 because, keep in mind, these are my parallel lines, right? And if this is 73 degrees, this is going to be 73 degrees because they're alternate interior angles. Now that doesn't always happen because I could have jumped to this, depending on how you shoot it, it could jump to a side wall as well. And then you wouldn't have the exact same measurement. So now I can count over to 73. Again, trying to be very accurate. Oops. And I can line up where it bounces off the wall now through that point, and I hit the hole. Okay, so what you're going to do then, you're going to have 3 different ones to do. What I want you to do is, after you get one done, I want you to highlight that one measurement in one color and then highlight the path of the ball. Okay, then you're going to do the same thing for the second measurement. So this one is 115. So again, I'm going to measure from the right. Oops. Being very careful to get that vertex right in the center of that. I'm going to measure 115 from the right. So here's 115. I'm going to lay down my protractor or your ruler, some of those shots are really long, and so I use my ruler. Okay, so now I need to measure this angle. So right now I am at 25 degrees. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mess this up on purpose to show you how accurate you need to be. So if I go to 26 degrees, let's say. So you go to 26. Here we go. I don't know if you could see that or not. Sorry, I have my arm in the way. I'm going to line up that vertex of my angle with that point. Here we go. All right, so notice I was 1 degree off so far. I did it on purpose to prove a point here. Okay, so I'm going to measure again. So that came in at 64 degrees. So if I go out at 64 degrees, there's my 64 degrees. You can see that was literally from making a 1 degree difference here. Okay, so you have to be extremely accurate in your measuring. So go slow, pay attention to what you're doing. If this happens to you, erase and try again. Okay, the other thing you could do is go through and double check, like, did I mess up this angle? And then did I copy this one? Like, you can go through and double check. Sometimes though it's just easier to erase and do it again. So let's pretend that one is correct. I want you to take a second highlighter then and highlight that one, because that's the 115 degree angle, and you're going to highlight that path. And again, it needs to go into the hole. So if it didn't go in the hole, then you need to redo it. Okay. So what yours is going to look like is this. Now when I copied it for you, these lines are gray, but these are the pits, like the traps. Okay, so you're trying to avoid those. So this is not part of the course. You're just going from here to here. All right, so there are 3 measurements, so you should have 3 highlights when you're done. If you have any questions, you can try helping each other. You can email me. Whatever you have done at the end of the period, I just want you to turn in. Okay, so you don't need to take it home with you tonight. Just turn it in when you're done, or at the end of the period. Even if you're not done, do make sure you put your name on it.